Hey, beautiful. Have you ever been told that you think too much, that you're too complicated, that you overthink everything? Well, if so, this is for you because there is good news. So, kind of in the environment of our highly sensitive brains or our neurodivergent brain or just hyper functioning brain, in the past and its capacities, in the past few days, as some of you know, I have been dealing with glitches with the computer, and it has just shown me, made me live through another masterclass of the abilities of our brains to focus. And during the midst of that, I made a short about my brain kind of overheating when I'm hyper focused. And some of you made comments to that short that, yes, that was you too. And some of you alluded to the idea of the overthinking. And it reminded me of a video that I did a while back. Since it was a while back, I'm pretty sure most of you haven't seen it. But when I saw those comments, I thought, I've got to bring it back because in it, I address exactly that issue of having either an overactive brain, but what I address is that our overthinking is actually not overthinking. It's thorough thinking, and it's a gift, and it's a superpower. And it's just for us to switch our perception and come at how our mind works from a different angle. And we will see all the possibilities, and it's going to change how you perceive yourself and how you feel when somebody tells you, oh, just stop thinking so much. You're overthinking, you're complicating everything. So I'm going to bring back old Annie from when I did that other video. And as you may have noticed, I kept, well, you will see soon, but I kept the me dressed like I was back then because I thought it was kind of a nice continuity to put me on the thumbnail the way I was then. And also because I thought I looked damn fresh. It's like, oh my God, the last 2 years have really taken a toll on me. so I reused me on the thumbnail, and I will see you on the other side because I'd really love to hear what you guys have to say about this if you've ever been told that you think too much. See you soon. If you've been called too sensitive, too complicated, too intense, and you've been told that you think too much, then you're probably a highly sensitive person yourself. And I'm going to talk about overthinking and thinking too much because we have all been told, I am quite certain, that we indeed think too much and that we should just slow down our brain and stop thinking about all these things that we think about. The thing is, it's kind of not possible because, as we know, being a highly sensitive person means that we have a different nervous system that perceives more subtle information and processes it more deeply. Well, because we perceive more information, well, we kind of have the brain function that goes with it because we need to handle and manage all this information. So it's kind of impossible to think that we can perceive so much and not process it because the processing goes with it, and that is part of the thinking. Even though overthinking has been more of an accusation in our life and perceived as a flaw, it is actually, in the right circumstances, a superpower because our depth of perception leads to a depth of reflection. And our heightened awareness and our ability for empathy leads to intuitive insights. So when you put all that information together, this overthinking actually becomes, and this is a much better word for it, thorough thinking. Wouldn't you feel better to be told, oh, stop all your thorough thinking, rather than being told, stop your overthinking? We are thorough thinkers. And what does thorough thinking lead to? Well, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel and to like more than one video. Even if you don't listen to the whole thing, go to my shorts, 1 minute, and you can just like him. It sends the message to YouTube that there's something interesting going on here. I would love, personally, for my own satisfaction, for my channel to grow, but also for the messages that I share to reach more people. So please subscribe and like a few videos. Thanks. And what does thorough thinking lead to? Well, it allows us to consider issues from multiple angles, and it's also really good for problem solving. And when you combine thorough thinking with our creative and imaginative nature and critical thinking that we've developed to organize all these thoughts and perceptions, well, that leads to innovative thinking. And this is where new ideas are born. So we are actually, with our overthinking, the source, or rather I should say, our overthinking can be the source of innovation and new ideas and fresh perspectives. I mean, it is true. We do think a lot. Sometimes I wish my brain and my thinking would just take a vacation and leave me in peace, but it can be quite difficult to just rein in. So that is a fact. But when we find a safe environment where there is openness and receptivity and an attitude that encourages us to explore our imaginative and thorough thinking, then again, we can really be people who come up with fresh perspectives in relationships, in society, in science, in spiritual discussions, in philosophical discussions, and just creative solutions for things that we encounter. So let's just remember that when we hear overthinking, we should right away switch it to thorough thinking and understand that it can be a superpower when we can support it, when we have the right environment and the right frame of mind to let our thinking go into directions that are creative. So, dear fellow HSPs, let's be done with the idea that we have a brain that is kind of too much and just switch our perception to think about it as a thorough thinking brain and start using it in productive and fun ways that can bring a spice to life and a new way of looking at things. So, how did that feel? What did that trigger in you? Like, did you see yourself in there? Did you have this aha moment? I know that when I wrote wrote the ideas, recorded the videos, for me, it came through like, oh my God, this is such a different way of being proud of the power and the abilities of my brain, instead of feeling bad because I'm always told that it's too much. Which begs the question, if you've been told that you have an overactive mind, that you think too much, that you're too complicated, it begs the question, who is asking? What person, type of person, would think that it's too much, that you think too fast, too deeply, too complicated? I would argue that it's the people who can't keep up and people who don't have our capacity and ability and ways that our brains, we were gifted with that brain. We were just born that way. But it's people who were not born that way. And it doesn't say, everybody has a purpose, everybody has a place in the world, but we each have to own and be proud and respect what the gifts of other people are that are different from us without belittling anybody for being different, mostly not when it's actually a gift that can be useful. So from now on, anytime somebody points at us with blame or makes us feel guilty or bad for thinking too much and overthinking, Let's just keep this in the back of our minds. I'm not. I'm a thorough thinker. I'm a leader in thinking. I'm the leader of innovation and on some level of evolution, and I will not let you belittle me. You can verbalize it out loud. You can say it to yourself in your head. Either way, this is for us. This is for us to know and feel proud of and own and use in a good way. That's it for today. I love you. I'll see you soon. Don't forget, I wanted to say, if you feel like you're this too sensitive, too much, too thinking, too different, standing in the margin and being a bit of a misfit inside of your great awareness, you should pick up my book. I think that you would really enjoy it. So it's A Splendid Mess, Chronicles of a Practically Enlightened Misfit. And it's this unusual memoir from a highly sensitive thinking person moving through the world and all the little quirks that go about it. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Okay, bye again. I love you. See you soon.